There's been very few companies that has had the kind of relationship the Boeing Company and the city of Huntington Beach celebrates. The Boeing Company, the city's largest employer, has been consistently a friend, strategic business partner, charitable steward, and leader in the Huntington Beach community for years. A partnership rich on many levels, a hands-on contributor to a host of many groups and organizations like Bolsa Chica Conservancy, with STEM-based education and student outreach programs. Sponsorship involvement with the city's classic 4th of July parade and festivities. Board member and HB Chamber Chairman Circle member, fostering a healthy and vibrant business community. And the Employee Community Fund, a separate employee-generating philanthropic endeavor, sponsoring nonprofit causes and groups like Assistance League of Huntington Beach. In total, the Boeing Company has been there for all of Huntington Beach and still leads the way as innovator, manufacturer, and visionary toward exciting and important projects bound to benefit the entire world. Made in Huntington Beach.
Today, we are here at the rocket launch event here on the Boeing campus, a rare opportunity to talk about the Echo Ranger. Perfect for Made in Huntington Beach, and we have the project manager with us right now, Mr. Fred Sheldon. Fred, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. What an event this is.
It's truly a great event. Great to get exposure to kids in science.
Yeah, we're talking about Made in Huntington Beach. These kids are actually making rockets out of like 2-liter soda cans and stuff and bottles, and they're launching them.
Oh yeah, they have a blast doing it, and they love this kind of event.
Yeah.
Hands-on science.
Very much so. How long have you been with Boeing?
I've worked for Boeing for 16 years. I've worked in the unmanned underwater technologies, or the autonomous underwater vehicle technologies, for about 11 years now.
11 years. How did you come to Boeing? What were you doing before Boeing?
College.
So right from college?
Yeah, right from college. You know, Boeing. Actually, my father worked for Boeing, and like many of the people here on Huntington Beach, it's been a family establishment for many generations. So I took the opportunity to take an internship. I love the technology I got to work on and the challenges I got to do, and I've been here in Boeing, Southern California for 16 years.
The relationship, like I mentioned, is synonymous with innovation and a true working relationship. And that hits home to your project and what you're doing. First of all, I'd like to ask you, what is a project manager?
Well, technically a program manager, where I'm responsible for a product line. In this case, Echo Ranger is one of my products. And I have a team of engineers and scientists that help keep Echo Ranger running and develop new technologies and new capabilities for Echo Ranger. And I go out and I work with customers and develop ways we can apply this technology to solve their problems.
How long has the technology been in existence?
Well, Echo Ranger itself was completed development in 2002. Our heritage in this type of work has been over 50 years. So it's really a long history of developing state-of-the-art technology here in Southern California.
Now, if somebody doesn't know about what the main use is of this, you go online, it's a yellow submarine. I mean, what other color would you have, right?
Right.
You have a submarine, right?
Of course.
Was that on purpose, right?
Yes, it is on purpose.
Why yellow then, right?
Well, yellow, actually, the real reason for the yellow is it's easier to see. Right. When you're out there in the green or blue ocean, yellow pops right out, and you want to make sure you know where it is and get it back.
I was under the impression that we were done mapping everything in this world, and we're not.
We're not even close. The ocean itself is barely even touched. The challenge is it's so deep and so vast that it's very difficult to get the kind of coverage you can get, say, with satellite imagery, where something just rotates and can collect data over time. You have to actively go out and use high-end technology to try to get these maps. So we have limited mapping capability right now.
So the drawbacks or the challenges and the technology then that Boeing will invent to overcome these things, like there's limited communication between the Echo Ranger and control, right?
Yes.
So how do you overcome that, and what's that innovation?
So the way we overcome the communications problem is we don't really require communications. We make a vehicle that's smart enough to make all the decisions to achieve the job we told it to do. We can communicate with it, and it's not like communications you're used to today. It's more like the dial-up modem of the 1980s and 1990s. So the vehicle has to be smart, and the human can't tell the vehicle what to do. The vehicle has to figure it out itself.
We're seeing some images of this, but how big is it? What's the length, the width and breadth?
It's roughly 18.5 feet long, and it's roughly 4 feet by 4 feet. It's a big box shape, weighs about 10,000 pounds, can carry a lot of different sensors and payloads. It's quickly reconfigurable. It can go to a depth of about 10,000 feet.
10,000 feet, but where in some parts of this world it's over 30,000.
That's correct.
So what do you do to make up that difference, or do we need to do that?
We will need to do that, and there's a lot of need to go do that. But majority, 10,000 feet will cover the majority of the oceans. And what we would need to go do to get to 30,000 feet would be to apply some new technologies to the platform, or develop a new platform altogether.
Okay. At any one time, is this manned at all?
Never.
Never. So it's all automated.
All automated.
Okay, so like it's a big drone, if I can say so, under the water.
I prefer to call it a robot.
A robot.
You know, oftentimes drones have a human that can interact with it. We have an intelligent robot.
So there's programming that's gone into it, but when it's doing its mission, there's very little back and forth, if at all.
There's very little. The vehicle has a lot of smarts designed into it over years of development and testing to make decisions based on what it sees in the environment. So if all of a sudden it sees a seamount or a sea canyon, it knows how to negotiate those things, even though it's never seen it before.
Wow, that's amazing. So what are some of the things that you hope to find and are finding?
Well, really, there's a lot of applications subsea. The majority of what we've been doing lately is, you observed, is subsea mapping. In this case, recently we did a survey of a historical World War II aircraft carrier at 3,000 feet. So we find things like that and contribute to preserving the heritage of the United States. But we also do work with habitat assessments, where we not only map the area, but we can count the fish in the area, we can get assessment of the health of the habitat, we can measure water quality, and all of these things. So there's a lot of applications out there, too numerous to count.
And too numerous, the fish that are brand new to you and I, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're seeing new species.
You can. You can find lots of new things out there. We primarily support directly NOAA, who has a national mission to preserve wildlife onshore and offshore, and in this case assess the habitats of healthy fish off the coast of California.
So mapping is where it's at right now.
As I mentioned, the technology has a lot of applications, but the applications haven't necessarily caught up to the technology yet.
Where has this gone? Where do you submerge, and where has it gone that would be exciting?
So we've done a lot of work off the coast here, San Clemente Island and Catalina Island. We've done tons of work out there, testing all kinds of new sensors and new missions and new capabilities. Like I said, we recently went out of Northern California, Half Moon Bay. We also spent a number of years down in the Gulf of Mexico, where we were doing mapping surveys for oil and gas companies to make sure that there weren't any shipwrecks in the area or there weren't any hazards, so that they can preserve the habitat while they do their work.
So the applications that you're mentioning are far-reaching. It's amazing. Personally, how do you feel about being on the edge of this technology and advancement?
Oh, it's incredibly exciting. I mean, nobody develops technologies like this, and the opportunity to develop technologies like this are few and far between. So my team and I are always incredibly proud of the work that we do and the technology we develop right here.
You mentioned a team. So there is a team. How many people are on the project, and what kind of hours and man hours it took to establish and build this mystery machine?
Well, right now we have a team of roughly 10 engineers and scientists that support us, everything from electrical engineering to mechanical engineering to software engineering. We do all kinds of analysis to put a mission together for the customer, how the vehicle's going to do what it's going to do, what kind of sensors we put in there. The team is relatively small, but they know the system so well that they can efficiently and with high quality and reliability put the vehicle and configure it for these customer missions.
Is there any reason to have 2 or 3 down the line?
Oh, absolutely. And we're hoping to get to that point. It's a relatively new technology. it's expanding in application. I mean, the technology's been around since the early 2000s, but the application to the customers is still catching up to the technology capability itself. So we believe that in the future there will be many more vehicles like this made right here.
Made in Huntington Beach.
Yes.
And that's what we like to see. You have been amazing. Thank you so much. And just think about the advances in science and medicine, perhaps, and finding cures to diseases and all that. Isn't that neat? And you're on that edge.
Yes, we are on that edge. We're proud to be part of that edge.
Well, we really appreciate your time today, and thanks for stopping by here at the Rocket Launch.
Hey, it's my pleasure to share.
All right. We have learned everything about the Echo Ranger on this edition of Made in Huntington Beach here at the Rocket Launch, right on the campus of our partner in Huntington Beach, Boeing. I'm Matt Liffring. We'll see you next time.
If you're planning on starting, locating, or relocating your business, you have a business-friendly friend in Huntington Beach. Let the experts at the City of Huntington Beach guide you to a seamless and convenient approach to tapping into a new future within the city of expanding horizons. Many companies enjoy the features Surf City delivers, including the proximity to travel, ports, and of course, pristine weather and beaches. Call today and see how HB is uniquely qualified to assist your next move. Call or click today. Huntington Beach, your friendly business partner in town.
Well, have you gone green? I mean, have you gone green yet? The green movement, or better yet, sustainability. Sustainability is a hot topic in Huntington Beach. In fact, one of our guests, original guests of the program over 18 years ago, Simple Green, and today's guests, American Green Products, are examples of two companies who elevated the market, who created amazing awareness about going green, and staying in business. And today's president and founder of his Earthlog, Tom Sinetti, is with us. Hey, there he is.
How you doing?
What are the odds that you'd be here today?
Pretty good. I'm here every day.
There you go. Hey, thanks for letting us in your warehouse, and this is what it is right now. It's your production facility.
Yeah, we produce everything right here in Huntington Beach.
Hey, okay, listen. Let's take us back a little bit. How did this idea first catch the spark, so to speak?
That's a great one. The idea actually came, they were putting rubber sidewalks in front of my house on Lake Street to stop the sidewalks from being torn up from the trees. And I went to bed thinking how I can make something from recycled tires, and woke up with the idea of making a fire starter from all the waste paper I had. And that just grew into a larger and larger product. And what is today the Earthlog? I started just making them for myself and my friends, and they said, you should sell these. So I said, yeah, all right. I went down to HB Digital, and Sean helped me make a logo and the package, and we took it over to Main Street Market. Everybody knows Chew at Main Street Market. And he started selling them, sold out. We took them to Steve's Market and all the other liquor stores in town, and it just grew from there.
Were you always a green person? Were you always an environmentalist?
I wouldn't say I'm an environmentalist. I'm environmentally aware. In fact, my friend used to get mad at me because I never had trash cans. I'd tell him, just put it on the counter and I'll sort it later, because I didn't want any of that good recyclable material end up in the landfill. But I wouldn't say I'm an environmentalist, but I am environmentally aware.
Very much so. So it's caught on, right? How long ago was that when you first began?
That was 2010. It's been, 5 years now, I guess. So it's been a long journey. You know, we never really started out thinking we could be the company that we're growing into today. I just thought, let's try it out and see what happens, and it just kept going.
You have more than just one log, right? Tell us about the family of products that you have.
We have our original fire log, the Earthlog fire log, which is made from two simple ingredients: clean waste paper and scrap candle waxes. And we also have our citronella fire product, which is the same, but we add all natural, non-toxic citronella oils, great for keeping those mosquitoes at bay. We also have our instant campfire block, and we're now introducing our instant bonfire in a box, which are two great summertime products, especially for Huntington Beach and the fire pits. Those will be coming out later on this summer.
Well, at one time, the AQMD was trying to ban wood-burning fire pits on our beaches. That would have been perfect for you, right?
Yeah, actually, our products burn up to 80% cleaner than cut wood, so they're a great alternative for the beaches and your homes. And in fact, that was our motivation, the AQMD's potential ban on the fire pits. We worked with the City Council of Huntington Beach and Mayor Boardman at the time about developing the bonfire block, specifically to say, hey, we want our bonfires in Huntington Beach. It's part of our tradition. So their naysaying was actually part of our motivation to make another line of products. We actually stopped producing our bonfire box because of production issues. We couldn't meet the demand fast enough, but we're working right now. In fact, I have a meeting today about our automation that's going to be coming in, and we will start mass producing the instant bonfire in a box and the instant campfire block.
Oh, that's amazing. That's great. Yeah, we'll get into the manufacturing process in a second. Question to you, though. In regard to this very unique product, is the marketing of the log, is it part educational, or is it in part, what a great product? You just have to experience the product. What is it?
I think it's a little bit of both, actually, because we collect a lot of paper from schools. It's the kids that are educating themselves about you can take waste products and turn it into something more valuable than just throwing it in the trash. And, you know, we say we make and sell fire logs, but what we're really selling is an experience. And I think it's a little bit of both. When you say, hey, this is a great product, made in America, made in HB, and it's made from waste. You know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So we're helping people still enjoy the experience of a fire without having such a great impact on the environment. And we think that's the big message that we're trying to get out, that we're trying to do something better. We're trying to make a better product that's better for the environment, and because we make everything right here in Huntington Beach, we're also creating local jobs.
That's true. How, in this building that we're in right now, what's the square footage and how many people do you employ?
We have 10,000 square feet, and currently we have 7 people, but depending on production schedules, we'll go as high as 15 people in the peak season. We're just leading up into that right now, so we're still able to fulfill the orders that we have presently, but it's getting close. We're probably going to have to start our second shift real soon to bring in the additional 7 people.
Oh, that's exciting. So the earth log, let's see how it's made in Huntington Beach.
Well, we start with clean waste paper that we collect through lots of different programs. We do our own recycling through some of the local Huntington Beach schools, the City of Huntington Beach. We also work with some great local recyclers like Green Room Recycling and Goodwill Industries, which we love working with. We love what they're doing. And we also collect scrap candle wax from candle manufacturers local to Southern California. And we go as far as Wisconsin, where we collect cheese wax from Baby Bell cheese. We bring all that material here. It's all shredded, and the paper's all shredded, and the wax is blended to our specific needs. And we bring it back here, and a worker puts these into our own machines. We build our machines ourselves here, usually from things we dumpster dived. We're kind of scavengers here, but that's the way we work. We really are truly trying to be green. A worker takes that shredded paper and the melted wax, and he mixes them together in one of our mixers that we built here. He then runs it through under heat, and when it comes out the other side, it's completely blended to our patented formula. At that point, another worker weighs the product, the mixed product, into each log one at a time, the weight for one log, and puts it into our custom-built press. Again, something we built in-house. He runs it through the press into these forms, these metal forms, and then they have to be cooled. They're really hot when they go into the form. So then they go into our cooling chamber, where they have to solidify again. It turns from a liquid back into a solid. So they go into the cooling chamber for about 2 hours under fans and a swamp cooler. We used to use air conditioning, but it was too environmentally unfriendly. So we went back just to a fan. A swamp cooler is just a fan with water. And after they come out of the cooler, they're nice and hard, and they go into our purger, because we had the problem that they would go into the form, we couldn't get them out. We'd have to heat them back up. So now we built a little purger, and each log is independently purged out, and then they go down a conveyor to our wrapping station. And unlike most other fire logs that are wrapped in a poly-coated bag, which is plastics, we don't use any plastics. We hand wrap each log in wax paper, and then into a wrapper that's printed all right here in Huntington Beach and hand wrapped, and then we put them into cases or pallets or 3-packs depending on how they go out to the customer, and that's the story of how an earth log's made.
And now it goes where? Where are you today on this market?
We're in about 400 or 500 mom and pop stores around Southern California. We're also in Mother's Market, Gelson's Market, Fresh and Easy. We're also in Albertsons, Kroger through their King Supers in Colorado. We're going nationally with them this winter with our Winter Scents products. We're in Myers Supercenters for the Midwest. We're in some retailers up in the Northeast, and we're working on closing our deal with Lowe's for a national account. We're really starting to take off. In fact, we had to stop selling because we've maxed out our production capability until we get our automation, which is coming really soon.
And online too. They can buy online, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, we also sell on earthlog.com, and we have a lot of business going out through Amazon. One of our best customers right now, Amazon.com.
Where does this put Huntington Beach? I know that you're very much involved in, the sustainability movement in Huntington Beach. And how do you feel the city of Huntington Beach has done in terms of their sustainability efforts? I mean, is the city heading in the right direction?
Absolutely. The city of Huntington Beach has been great to work with us. We started one of our first recycling programs through the city yard, and because we've actually turned most of our recycling to our partner Green Room Recycling, but they're now doing recycling for, I think, almost the entire City Hall now, which unbelievably goes through a lot of paper. I know everybody says the more paperless you are, the more paper you actually use, oddly. So the city's been great, and they're very aware of the need to be sustainable, and that's avoiding all of that from going into the landfills. And the city's been great. We work with the Chamber of Commerce, local businesses. We work with the Waterfront Hilton and other big businesses around Huntington Beach, big and small businesses, to collect the paper. The city's just been great in helping us promote our product and to continue the recycling efforts that we're working on.
But one of those big events is the Green Expo that's sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce, and you're right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I say we have the best booth in the Green Expo. They always give us a great spot. We bring our whole set up there. People are great. The city's been great. The Chamber of Commerce really works with us to get us that good spot right there that we love, and to promote, again, recycling in the city. It brings awareness to the problem, and people are looking that there are now some great alternatives than just throwing it in the trash, because there is no way.
5 years now, in 5 years, how many logs have you made? Come on.
Oh.
Give me a ballpark.
I'm guessing about 700,000 logs, one at a time, by hand. And we've just started the machines we have now. Last year we pressed one at a time, by hand wrapped every single one of them. So it's been a labor of love, a lot of labor and a lot of love. It's a little bit of both.
Well, and you invented along the way. I mean, you're a true entrepreneur.
Yeah, we said there's a lot of trial and error, heavy on the error. But, there's nothing like mistakes to help you learn a little bit more. And the more I learn, the less I know. And believe me, I'm learning a lot and knowing a little.
So what makes your fire logs so unique?
Well, there are lots of fire logs out there that are made from waste materials, but none like Earth Log. We're the only manufacturer that uses American waste paper and scrap candle waxes. We're the only scented fire log on the market because we only use fully refined scented candle waxes to make earth logs. So not only do they burn cleaner and hotter than wood, but they also create a great smell. Everybody in Huntington Beach, because we're so outdoor and so close to the ocean, everybody's aware that you have to be, not just the city, but the residents are very aware about sustainability, and you have to really make an effort. And there's not much effort required to be sustainable.
Unless you are going to manufacture the earth log, and then it becomes, whoop, we have to stop production. We can't meet demand.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a problem. People say that's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem.
Hey, Tom, I wish many companies would have that problem, right? But thank you very much for letting us in, and of course, it's made in Huntington Beach. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Tom, there he is. The earth log. It's made in Huntington Beach. Well, as you can tell by today, there's a lot more to Huntington Beach than our beautiful surf and sun, but a city that offers a diverse and dynamic light industrial economy. It is, therefore, the strength of our makers, the molders, the innovators, the distributors, who in turn create the job opportunities while supplying the much needed and exciting products found around the world. Made in Huntington Beach. I'm Matt Liffring. We'll see you next time.